Alright, hello everyone. Welcome to SimCity 2013. I am Tenikov, and I just thought I'd start a fresh city to put on YouTube as a Let's Play series. I have quite a few cities. I've been working on this one in my Twitch, and I plan to continue that at some point. I'm a little bummed out that I forgot to save the recordings for it, but it's Viridia, and that's doing pretty well. Also in the region, we have 4 cities over here who have collaborated on building a solar power plant for the region. It does not carry over here, but of course I have plenty of unlocks over here and a lot of money floating around. In fact, I think, yeah, they've got plenty of money too. Anyway, this is my first city to begin since the 2.0 patch has come out. I thought that I'd just give it a shot. I want to kind of keep my episodes short. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to edit out the boring parts, like undoubtedly when I skeletonize the city it's probably going to be pretty boring for a while. I'm just going to kind of go with the flow. This is a prime industry city, so look to see some of that, and I think I'll grid out a little bit more than in some of my previous cities if you've seen any of that. I just want to experiment to see what they've changed with the patch. And I'm sure, yeah, we're definitely going to be experimenting with gambling at some point. So stay tuned for that. What I'm going to start out with is just a little bit of an avenue. Just to get into the city. There you go. Got some of that working. Absolutely. Then we're going to go ahead and plan for some pretty major expansion. I'm usually not really a fan of just arbitrary cuts. And I think I'm going to be, you know what, I'm going to do this. Just like this. This is a good strategy when laying out your city, because the avenues, they are slightly further apart with their guidelines. You can see, like if I do this, 2 streets will fit in between that. And the reason I do this is I'm going to delete this avenue. And if this turns into a roady road, like so, then I can fit 2 in there, and that's kind of convenient. And it leaves me room for expansion later. As of right now, I don't want to expand too big. And since this is just going to be derping around a little bit, not really sure what I'm going to do yet in this city. I'll go ahead and cap this off, why not? But I'll just make a basic little square. See what I can do with the new and hopefully improved mechanics. Again, I don't want these episodes to run too terribly long. And I don't want to have to do too much editing as of right now. I just want to see what you guys think. I'm sure we can get some nice responses going or something. You know what? I'm actually feeling a little bit, I don't know, generous? Eager? Not sure. But since the wind in this region, let me see if I can find that data map. I've played in this region plenty, so I know the wind should blow roughly this way after a little bit of playtime. So I think I'm going to go ahead and put an avenue in right here, just to divide up the city. And I want to experiment with something that I did. It's kind of stupid, but you know, it's endearing. I actually drove around my town with no aim, just to follow the roads, see where they went. Not really for any purpose, just to see how cities are laid out, I guess. And one thing that I do definitely want to experiment with is what happens if I don't zone at all on the main avenue. Now, I will probably zone on the main avenue, but for the time being, I'd like to just kind of see what decides to develop, I guess, if I do it like this. I'll go ahead and finish off the square, run the avenue up to it on both ends. And we can trim the excess. Now you may notice that this square is a little bit bigger, and the reason for that, well, you can't really see because this is low density and this is only medium density, but the avenues take up a lot more, or the maximum development on an avenue is much, much uh, larger than the streets. So I'm always wanting to leave room for expansion. I'll go ahead and on this street zone some more people. And what is the objective? Oh, just have houses. Okay, so I'm only playing on turtle for now. I'm no particular reason really. Owl zone on this avenue because this will be the sideways thoroughfare that everyone will have to cross to get to the industrial portion of town, which will be somewhere over here. Again, I have no plan. I'm just gonna see what develops. I mean, already you can see we're probably gonna go with a neighborhood. Maybe I'll do like a neighborhood type feel over here next to this cliff. How far out can I go? Okay, so I can go pretty close to the cliff. Maybe I'll put some parks. Maybe the mayor's mansion will go over here with a nice view. I don't know. And then over here, this looks like a more maybe commercial, industrial. I don't know. We'll see what we need. If I need more people this early, I'll put them over here. I'll try to put some schools over here, probably. We'll just see what happens. They're gonna need water. How much is... Oh, we've got plenty available in the region. Right? But let's be self-reliant for now. We're a small town. We can deal with just a water plant. Water plants have a NIMBY effect. That's not in my backyard, so people don't like living near them. But for right now, it shouldn't matter. There's no reason that these guys should be anything but poor anyway, so shouldn't be a problem. As far as sewage now, I will take advantage of a sewage treatment plant I put over here, and I'll go ahead and buy that so that I don't have to dirty up the city with a sewage outflow pipe. For those of you that may not know, a sewage outflow pipe just turns any sewage from your city directly into ground pollution, which is convenient, I guess, for a starting city, but it is not so convenient if you're trying to have people live in that area ever again. When you first start a city in a region, I'd advise you to put it in your industrial sector, because you can always change it later once you unlock a sewage treatment plant. And a sewage outflow pipe also, it gives you the wind tooltip, so you can see that the wind's already shifted around, like I said, so it's blowing this way. And due to that, I think this will be the first industrial area. We need a place for these lovely little people that are going to move in to work. Now, they also need power. For now, there's plenty in the region, so I'll go ahead and mooch off them. I'm excited to see what these gameplay elements do. I'm going to bump it up to llama speed. Just a little bit faster. I don't want to overdevelop. I kind of want to take it slow. I want to make sure that I understand all of the new interactions that go on. I think I will put Town Hall right at the head of the main road in. Or should I put it off to the side a little bit to leave room to put an avenue through? I think I'll force myself to cut it. I can always replace it later. That's a key. It's kind of cool like that too. Oh, and now the neighboring town is gonna come through. I don't like that name. I am wide open to suggestions on names. If I get any comments, to be honest, I'll probably take one if it's any good. I'm not attached to Souchong Summit at all. The other town was Viridia. And other than that, I pretty much stick with the default names. I like I'm not opposed to Conch Beach and Cowrie Cove, Triton Valley, and Nautilus Plateau over here. But Souchong Summit, that's no good. We can do better than that. Come on. So right off the bat, got some high wealth commercial regional demand, a lot of medium wealth demand in the region, not so much here. A little bit, but I don't care to cater for that right now. We have some what looks like all low wealth commercial, which is good. That doesn't look like low wealth commercial. Okay, it is. Whatever. I'm also interested to see how they calculate tourists now. None yet, but we only have 462 population. Of course, they're demanding factories. Wait, right? Yes. Of course they're demanding factories. They don't have anywhere to work. These commercial... Let's see. It's weird. He looks kind of like a different kind of person. Anyway, zoning industry. He needs a place to work. Okay, yeah, we can deal with that challenge. Just because I'm, that cool. I'm just gonna extend this road. This is a low density road, so that's gonna need an upgrade pretty soon, pretty quickly. At least. What are these? So this is every 3. I'll go ahead and continue that pattern, but it needs to be a street, so I think it's the second one, like this. Yeah, you can see that's 3 little guidelines. And I will extend it over here. I'll just draw, you know what, I'll just draw a couple squares. Are you calling me a square? I like the way that lines up, actually. I don't generally like hemming myself in on these outside borders of the map, but, it's not terrible. You can fit a skyscraper in here, in case you're wondering. This will be the avenue that continues. Oh, so should this be an avenue? You know what? This should probably be an avenue. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm not made of cash, but I have some to spare. Oh, crap. Okay, little trick. You get the guide up and you draw just a tiny little sliver. If you hold shift, it keeps it straight. Same thing over here. Just a little tiny sliver. Hold shift to keep it straight. And then you've got your start made. And you can just start. Oh, already? Okay. No problem, no problem. We're making plenty of money. We'll just zone a little bit. It looks all derp, but that won't matter. Finish that one off, and is that enough now? Yes, okay. So now we've got ourselves a little square where some factories can develop. I don't care that they're low density right now, although there's no reason not to turn them into high density if you're wondering, because low density factory can only hire so many workers. Although I think that the low density, this is not at all confirmed, this is just me talking, but I think that the low density factories have a harder time becoming high tech, while the high density are, at least from what I've seen, once I zone high density with any kind of education, as I'm sure you can see over here, well, I have Dr. Vu influencing as well, but these are all high density, and some of this is medium. These are all computer factories. What am I talking about? I'm sorry, that's the past. I will probably continue playing that one in the live stream, which will be 720p, I think. But for the main event, we will stick over here, and we'll just get this town up and running and see what we can do. On the suggestion of a fellow YouTuber, I started watching the road, the traffic indicators at night, and you can see the stress on the roads, and this is mostly moving vans, so once these people stop moving in, that stress will probably go away. But it's so beautiful to just watch the roads light up at night. Just pick a car, like this moving van right here. It'll subtly change to a little green as he zips along, and if he encounters some traffic, the green will get a little bit darker, and you can see how there are like 3 cars on this road constantly keeping it green. And we'll see this actually get pretty overburdened because all these are wanting to construct, and and also providing people with their only current route to the industrial center. In fact, we can probably fix that right now with the city's first curve. That is not pretty. Okay. What are you doing, game? Oh, that's right. I kind of did that to myself. About this way. Oops, it's already on curve. For no reason. Oh, come on. That cannot create a valid road end is one of those things that bugs me. Huh. No pun intended. I do believe it's a bug, but you can see they're overburdened as it's 1 a.m. I don't know why they're trying to go to work at 1 a.m., but, you know, if they want to, that's fine. If you hold shift, it makes it 90 degrees. That doesn't look pretty. What if we go from this end? That's a little better. What I'm going to do is find the midpoint with this. Same trick as before. And then extend it. Delete my avenues. I don't think I need that road, but I'll keep it for now. I'll extend this one up to here, and now we've got a nice little, what would be a square if I continued all the roads. Hopefully this will make this curve nice and pretty and won't waste too much space. Still not really. That's a little better. I can live with that. Curves waste space, but I like them. They give character to your city. And, I mean, a city without character, who wants to live there? This will probably turn into a curve at some point. Oh yeah, that's a nice sweeping curve. I can deal with that. Go ahead and pop some industry in there. Finish off the industry there. Not going to zone on the outside yet, just because. Still some demand for some medium wealth, maybe the managers of factories. And no more demand for industrial. Okay. So it looks like we're stable, plenty of money. This game has not made it as difficult as SimCity 4 to make money by any stretch. In fact, it's pretty simple, even though I'm not paying for any of the utilities, really. I mean, I'm buying power and I'm buying sewage. I don't have garbage. I haven't given them anything. And they're sort of content. So, whatever. That's pretty good. I think it's been, what, about 18 minutes? That's a pretty good way to just start off a city. Just throw down some people. I like to make sure that I have more people than I have jobs for those people, although you can see that they're complaining that they don't have enough workers, which is going to drive this residential demand up. And make sure you give them some commercial just so that you have a foot in the door. They'll start to increase their happiness. We're making a lot of profit because everyone on this side of town is going to want to drive past them. And yeah, we'll see what happens here. I've got nearly 3,000 people, and that's how you get a town up and running in, what, under one game day? That's not bad at all, and you can see we're making almost $3,000 an hour, so if I were to just let this run for, oh, I don't know, a couple of in-game months, you can mouse over here and see every 24 in-game hours is a month. Took me a while to figure that out, but some of the finances are calculated like that. All I'm spending is $300 an hour, and I am raking it in. So yeah, I think I'll call that here as a good basic let's get going episode. And then in episode 2, we'll come back and we'll expand a little bit, and we'll make sure to take care of this burgeoning traffic problem here. Okay, see you guys later.